You want to buy a casino. Find a building, hire the dealers, watch the money come in. Simple enough concept. Here is the strange part. A casino is the only legal business on earth where math guarantees you a profit on every single dollar that walks through the door. And it is also the business where the smartest, richest operators on the planet keep going bankrupt anyway. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how both of those things are true at the same time. Let's start with what you are actually buying. Casinos come in three sizes, and they are three completely different businesses. A small regional casino in Colorado costs $2 to $5 million. You get a few dozen slot machines, a couple of tables, a bar, and a parking lot full of locals showing up on the first of every month to lose their grocery money. Recession-proof, unglamorous, honest. A mid-sized property runs you $500 million to $1 billion. Think Borgata in Atlantic City, which opened in 2003 for $1.1 billion. Real hotel, real restaurants, customers driving in from neighboring states. Then there is the Vegas Strip, where the numbers stop making emotional sense. The Cosmopolitan opened in 2010 for $3.9 billion. Still the most expensive resort ever built on the Strip. And the building is just the beginning. Two costs nobody warns you about. First, the license. In Vegas, around $770,000 a year. In New York, just submitting the application costs $20 to $50 million with no guarantee of approval. You are buying a lottery ticket where the prize is permission to spend a few more billion. Second, geopolitics. Macau in southern China is the largest casino market on earth. $28 billion in 2024, more than 3 times the entire Vegas Strip combined. But the Macau government issues exactly 6 concessions for the whole city. Miss the bidding cycle and you wait until 2032? Or you could try North Korea. Kim Jong-un is currently looking for an investor to finish the Rugyong Hotel in Pyongyang. A 105-floor building they started in 1987 and somehow have not completed in 38 years. Finance the interior, you get the casino license. Estimated cost, another $2 billion on top of the $750 million already buried in the concrete. Even the most isolated dictatorship on earth understands that a casino is just a foreign currency vacuum with a roof on it. Now the question that actually matters, where does the money come from? Every game in a casino is mathematically rigged, not in a cheating sense. The cards are real, the wheel is honest, the dice are clean. It is the rules that are rigged. The structure of every single game guarantees the casino wins more than the player over time, always without exception. The industry calls this the house edge. Here is the simplest version. You and I bet on a coin flip. Heads, you win $1. Tails, I win $1. That is a fair bet, 0 edge. Now I change one rule. Tails, I take $1 and a nickel. Same coin, same flip. But now every bet, on average, I keep 5 cents. Boring on one flip. Catastrophic over $1 million. Roulette is the cleanest example. European roulette has 37 numbers. Bet $100 on a single number and win. The casino pays you $3,500. But the actual odds of hitting are 36 to 1, not 35 to 1. You should have been paid $3,600. That missing $100 is the house's cut on a single spin. Multiply it by 1,000 players a day for 30 years. Now look at American roulette. Same wheel, same payouts, except they added one extra slot. The double zero. One additional pocket doubled the house edge from 2.7% to 5.26%. The player sitting at the table cannot tell the difference. The math notices every single time. But roulette is not where the money lives. The real story is slots. Slot machines run a house edge of 5 to 15%. And here is the part that genuinely breaks people's brains. The cheaper the machine, the higher the edge. Penny slots, the ones grandma feeds her, change into all afternoon, run at 12 to 15%. Per dollar wagered, grandma is statistically the most profitable customer in the entire building. She is giving the casino 30 times more than a millionaire playing blackjack at the high-limit table, where the edge is just 0.5%. In 2024, slot machines alone brought the Vegas Strip $4.9 billion, more than every table game combined. Think about that the next time someone tells you they have a system for blackjack. Now, the architecture. You have probably been inside a casino. Notice anything missing? No windows, no clocks. The carpet patterns are specifically designed to push your eyes upward toward the machines. The path from any table to any exit deliberately passes 10 more rows of slots in case you have anything left. The industry calls this engineered immersion. The goal is not to win your money once. The goal is to keep you inside with no time reference until the math has had enough time to do its work. And then there is the most surgically effective customer retention system ever designed in any industry, the Player's Club card. They offer you a free card at the door. Insert it into the slots, hand it to the dealer, and from that moment, every bet you make is tracked. From that data, the casino calculates your theoretical loss. Bet $10,000 over an evening at a 5% edge. Your theoretical loss is $500. The casino gives you back 5 to 10% of that number. Free dinner, free hotel room, free drinks. In 2024, Vegas Strip casinos gave away $4.4 billion in comps. They did not lose that money. They invested it. Every free room is a calculated expense to keep you in the building, so the math has more time to work. At the very top of this pyramid sit the whales. Roughly 0.1% of all casino customers account for over 25% of total revenue. 1 in 1,000 customers generates a quarter of the entire industry's money. Dana White placed $25,000 per hand at blackjack, won $2 million one weekend at the Palms, came back and won another $1.6 million. The Palms banned him. Caesars and Bellagio still let him play. Why? Because the math always wins eventually, and the whale always comes back. A casino will fly a whale on a private jet from anywhere in the world, put them in the penthouse for free, send a Michelin-starred chef to their suite. Spending $500,000 to host someone for a weekend is rational when their expected loss is $10 million. The whole revenue model in one sentence. House edge multiplied by volume, multiplied by time, multiplied by repeat visits. Every single thing in the building exists to maximize one of those 4 numbers. So with all of this, guaranteed math, billions in revenue, customers architecturally engineered to lose, why do casino owners go bankrupt? Everything else. Out of every dollar of gaming revenue, 70 to 80 cents is gone before you see anything. A typical strip casino runs on a 25 to 33% net margin. Out of $1 billion in revenue, you keep around $250 to $330 million. The rest disappears into payroll. A strip resort employs 3,000 to 8,000 people. Taxes, Nevada takes 6.75% of gaming revenue. Macau takes 40%. Pennsylvania takes over 50% on slots. And then the costs that come specifically from being a casino. A Vegas property has more cameras per square meter than most prisons. Every table, cashier, escalator, and parking spot runs on 24/7 surveillance with a dedicated department that does nothing else. Decks get swapped on every table every 4 to 8 hours to prevent card marking. Millions of brand new decks thrown out annually. The Bellagio keeps over $150 million in physical cash on site at all times. And the insurance alone costs millions. Drinks flow constantly, not out of generosity, but because a slightly drunk gambler bets bigger and stays longer. And drunk gamblers fall, fight, and lose money they later decide was somebody else's fault. Which is why casinos get sued more often than doctors and pay liability premiums that grow every year. The math gives you a guaranteed top line. Everything below it is a fist fight. That fist fight has a small set of recurring patterns, and almost every famous casino bankruptcy traces back to one of 2 mistakes. Mistake 1, too much debt. In 1990, Donald Trump opened the Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City and called it the 8th wonder of the world. He financed it with $675 million in junk bonds at 14% interest. Just to service the debt, the casino had to generate nearly $100 million a year before any other expenses. 6 months after opening, it missed its first bond payment. By 1991, it was in bankruptcy. No casino is perfect from day one. Do not build one that requires perfection from day one. Mistake 2, wrong product for the market. In 2012, a $2.4 billion property called Revel opened in Atlantic City, built for Wall Street executives instead of bus trip retirees. No smoking on the gaming floor, no buffet, no players club. In the gambling world, that is roughly like opening a gym and banning sweat. The hedge fund crowd never came. The retirees they had alienated did not come back. Closed 2 years later, sold for $82 million. 3 cents on the dollar. In 2016, Lucky Dragon opened off the Vegas Strip, a $160 million boutique casino built entirely for Asian customers. Asian language signage, feng shui interiors, no 4th floor. Turned out Asian high rollers who flew to Vegas wanted Vegas. The fountains, the spectacle, the scale. Not a smaller version of what they had left at home. Closed 14 months later. If you are going to build a $2 billion building, someone needs to actually want to be inside it. That sounds obvious. It keeps not being obvious. Here is the paradox at the center of this entire industry. A casino has the most reliable revenue mechanism in business. A bakery does not know how many croissants it will sell tomorrow. A casino knows with reasonable precision how much its slot machines will hold this year. The mathematical top line is essentially guaranteed. And yet casino operators go bankrupt at rates that would embarrass a tech startup. Because the math only works at scale and over time. The house edge is fixed. You cannot raise it during a bad quarter, which means everything outside the math has to also work. The debt structure, the operating costs, the regulatory environment, the timing of the build, the accuracy of your read on who your customer actually is. The mathematical floor is bulletproof. Everything you build on top of it is not. 2 real scenarios to close with. $5 million in Colorado, small regional casino, annual gaming revenue around $10 million. After all costs, profit of roughly $2 million a year. Payback in 3 years. Unglamorous, recession-resistant, and quietly one of the most reliable small businesses in America. $1 billion in Las Vegas. Full strip resort, 2,000 hotel rooms, 100 tables, 3,000 slot machines. Annual revenue around $900 million. And here's the detail most people miss. Only 1/3 of that comes from gambling. The other 2/3 is hotel, restaurants, shows, and conventions. A modern strip casino is barely a casino. It is a resort that uses gambling as the loss leader to pull people through the door. Net profit after everything, $250 million a year. Payback in 4 years. After that, $250 to $300 million annually for as long as you can keep the operation running. Sheldon Adelson started buying casinos in 1988. By the time he died in 2021, he was worth $35 billion. His company, Las Vegas Sands, generates around $32 million in revenue every single day, more than the entire annual revenue of most American casinos combined. The house always wins. The only real question in this business is whether you are smart enough, capitalized enough, and patient enough to actually be the house. See you next time.